Bon matin tout le monde.
Mr. Premier, another fairly fast session of the legislature. Just wondering what the particular rush was this time. You had a lot of omnibus bills, a lot of legislation and changes packed into some very intense legislation, and it only took slightly less than 2 weeks to do it. What was the rush this time?
There was no rush. I was under the understanding, since it was your last, that you wanted it to be very efficient and productive. So we made it very efficient and productive. Lots of good things happened in this session. Lots of legislation that's really important to Nova Scotians, and I'm proud of the work that was done. It was extremely productive for Nova Scotians. So we put the bills forward. You know, really, it's kind of just a known fact of this legislature that, you know, oppositions are the one that decide how long they sit. Government puts their bills, they work through their bills. We worked through our bills. We did it very efficiently, and I think we did. I'm proud of what was accomplished.
At this point in your tenure as Premier, how open are you to making any changes to the bills that you bring into the House? I was struck on Wednesday night during Committee of Whole House for 127 that several amendments that were advanced, in particular to the Residential Tenancies Act, very clearly would have created additional protections for survivors of domestic violence. And your government was very clearly not interested in them. And so I'm wondering if you could just talk a little bit about your openness to consider changing any bills that you're bringing into this House at this point.
Extremely open. I think we've made, certainly in my time as Premier, we've made a number of amendments to legislation, amendments to our own bills, amendments to, you know, lots of things. There'll be any numerous examples. Looking, maybe some of the folks in here have reported gleefully many times on just me personally making a reverse on a policy decision. When we have information in front of us, we just try to make the best decision at that point in time. We're not afraid to do that. We're not afraid to admit we were wrong. We try to make the best decisions based on the information we have. So when good ideas come forward, we assess them. Trying to assess them on the floor of the legislature, it's kind of an insincere way, and many times to put those forward. If they're sincere, then they can, you know, there's a long consultation process before it gets to a bill. They can approach people outside of that, but in that moment, there's lots of, a single word in a piece of legislation can have significant ramifications. So we have an obligation to Nova Scotians to understand that. But we're extremely open. We've shown that numerous times, and we'll continue to do that.
You were just speaking to the Iranian protesters. Did they strike you as sincere in their concerns about the lifting of the ban?
Yeah, look, Nova Scotia. Look, it's okay to be. You know, concerned. My dad always used to say, if you're not nervous, you're not ready. You should be nervous. You should be concerned. That's human nature. I am as well. I'm a Nova Scotian. I care about the water, the land, the earth, the future generations. I care about all those things. I'm Nova Scotian. I don't do this job because I don't care. I do this job because I care. So it's okay. You know, we have those discussions, and certainly the commitment is that if there is a potential project, there's not at the moment, but if there is a potential project, there will be a fulsome consultation at that time with the public, with the scientific reviews, with environments. We're just not there right now, but if there is, then that's the course that we'd follow.
How did it go in Ottawa?
Oh, thank you for asking. I'm really pleased with the relationship with the federal government. Extremely pleased, and I was really struck over the last few days when Nova Scotians knew that I was going to Ottawa to talk to the Prime Minister, to talk to the ministers. There were so many words of encouragement. Good luck in Ottawa. This is important. Good luck. Not everyone. You know, there was others that kind of would certainly appear to hope for failure for the province, but most Nova Scotians very excited and very encouraging. I'm really optimistic about the Prime Minister and certainly Minister Hodson that I spoke to on the energy file. Excellent conversations. They were on the same page on a lot of things, and they just want good things for Canadians and good things for Nova Scotians, and that's what I want too. We have incredible potential with the Wind West. They're very excited about that. We have other potential in natural resources and also potential in the offshore gas again. So we had, you know, early stage discussions on those too. But there's an openness to listen, an openness to look at the numbers, to really assess opportunities. and I'm really excited about what's possible.
Did you get anything concrete out of that meeting?
Yeah,
And what was it?
just, they were good meetings, and I'll just leave it at that, but it was very productive.
Who's hoping the province fails, Premier?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you said that there are people who are hoping
I'm
it
not.
fails.
I'm hoping for success.
Do you know of people who are hoping it fails?
I think we all do, but I'm not one of them. I'm hoping for success, and the vast majority of Nova Scotians are hoping for success for this
I got
province.
a quick question for you from a colleague in New Brunswick. The Deputy Minister of Transportation in New Brunswick told a committee today that your government tried to get New Brunswick to pay more than what Nova Scotia would pay for the Isthmus project, but that Premier Holt held firm and both provinces will pay 25%. I wonder if you could comment on that.
That was an active file for a long time. I think there's many perspectives on that. Certainly Nova Scotia as needing to get past people need to get past the piece of land to get to Nova Scotia. It's really important to us. You know, more of the potential shoreline is probably on the New Brunswick side, so there's all kinds of ways that the departments, not the bureaucracy level, we're assessing it, but it's a really important project, and there's incredible progress that's being made. So we're looking forward on that file and to getting that progress completed over time, but there's lots of progress being made.
Did you want to see New Brunswick pay more than Nova Scotia?
I mean, look, these are always discussions at the Premier's tables, at the bureaucracy level. There's lots of ways to look at, but I would definitely say to you that I would always ask for a lot for Nova Scotia.
Back to Ottawa for a second. People might want to know what you achieved there, because opposition is saying, while away, you missed 2 days sitting here, and they're wondering if national interests are, trumping provincial interests here. They're saying you should have been here.
I think those national interests are the same as the provincial interests, and I think that people should just kind of look a little bit past their own paperwork in front of them and look at the big picture for what's possible for this province. But anytime you get a chance to meet with the Prime Minister, you take it. That's what I did.
To the absence, though, the 2 days absence of an 8-day sitting.
The work of the government gets done. It's not just contingent on one person. It's contingent upon a whole government, and I'm very proud of the work that our members did.
When in 127, the Crown Land Act changes in 127 are proclaimed, will the government be ordering enforcement agents in to clear out Hunter's Mountain?
We'll see how Hunter's Mountain evaluates. It's certainly a situation that we're watching. Nova Scotians are watching. We'll continue to assess what that situation is. Bill 127 is much broader than that. It impacts, the only people that need to worry about Bill 127 are those that intend on doing illegal activities. It affects the whole province, every single Nova Scotian, and even people that visit here. It's a very important piece of legislation.
Right, but to be clear, you broadened what constitutes those illegal activities.
Sure.
So would you like to see logging get back on track on Hunter's Mountain?
Forestry, fishing, farming, these mining, traditional industries of our province are really important to our economy. There should be forestry in this province. There should be fishing in this province, farming, mining. These are all, of course, our economy broadens out with all kinds of other sectors, but those are traditional sectors that are important to our economy, and absolutely I would like to see them thrive for sure.
That's specific to Hunter's Mountain. Do you want to see chainsaws back out?
The forestry practices that are taking place in Hunter's Mountain have been developed over decades in consultation with the Mi'kmaq. I've heard a number of things on Hunter's Mountain, but I know also in speaking to a number of community leaders, that there's more information that's necessary to get out through the community, because those forestry practices have been developed in conjunction with the Mi'kmaq.
Even the chiefs have expressed concerns and to some extent say they feel disrespected by the process the province used in bringing forward the legislation in Bill 127. Do you feel you should have been here last night for some of the debate on that aspect of the bill? I think it happened between 7:30 and 9. I think you're in the province. Why
I've been active in every piece of legislation.
Are you, what would you say to the concern that is starting to emerge from the chiefs and other First Nations folks that they feel like your government is sidestepping them or disregarding them as you bring legislation into the House?
It's unfortunate. I don't feel that way. It's unfortunate if there's some that do. I don't feel that way.
Do you think you should have given them a heads up about the contents of 127?
There's been ongoing discussions all the time.
But why would they say that they weren't aware of it then?
I'm not sure.
That's all the time we have. Thank you.
I'm not sure. That passes. Thanks, guys.